as your school board member, this has been the most rewarding work I've ever done. And I will tell you that it's my opinion that I believe that being a member of this school board is one of the most important jobs we have in this school district. I think it's more important than being the mayor of Tampa. I think it's more important than being the county commissioner because our children depend on it. We have the most responsibility. 220,000 students. We are the largest employer in Hillsborough County. There's a lot of responsibility, and you can actually see the level of responsibility that's going on right now in our school district as we prepare to bring our students back, and the important role that our school district plays in Hillsborough County. So I think it's one of the most important jobs. I love doing this job, and I look forward to doing it for another 4 years.
I ran for school board in your community for this seat in 2016, and I lost by 267 votes. I got 48.9% of the vote. I ran again in 2018 for this, and I won the primary thanks to many of the parents in the Lowry attendance area. And I did lose in the runoff, the general election. I received 46% of the vote. So I got almost 49% of the vote in 16, 46% of the vote in 18, and I would like to have 50% plus one vote coming from the Lowry community in your area, including West Chase, come the early August 18th. I'm running because primarily I'm very concerned about public education. And some of you may have voted for me, I think you have, and you have seen my signs over the years. I've been very active in the school district. I retired after 35 years, started as a classroom teacher and retired as General Director of Administration for the district. And I'm the gentleman in 1999 that did the attendance boundary and opened up that brand new school called in West Chase Elementary School that relieved Lowry. Lowry was overcrowded in the late 90s. 97, I left a principalship and became a director. And my job was to assign kids to schools. So I have been working with your community going all the way back to the late 90s. And I did the attendance boundaries and met with your community and communities all around you, south, north, and east, and I must have done 40 schools I've opened up in that community. So I've worked with you. I've did every elementary, every middle school, and every high school in the West Chase area, and many north of West Chase, up in the Eagles area. So I'm very familiar with your community. I am very concerned about public education. After nearly 43 years associated with the school district as an employee or as a candidate running for school board, I'm very well attuned to the issues affecting a free, quality public education like Lowry Elementary School. And I've seen your school when it was a new school, when it emerged, and many of your students ended up going to other schools. But you were the elementary school in the 1999 for that whole area. It was just Lowry. Bellamy and some schools nearby back then were nearby. So I have a lot of experience. My job with the school system, as I told you, was student assignment. I authored the school choice plan for Hillsborough County Schools long before the state of Florida knew what school choice was. And their definition of school choice is not the same definition we initiated in Hillsborough County before the state did. I'm very concerned that our leadership in Washington, D.C. and our leadership in Tallahassee is marginalizing and diminishing public education. I'm a poor kid. I came from the east side of Detroit. I got a good quality public education. I served in the Vietnam War and I was at MacDill my last 2 years. And I went to school on the GI Bill. All that. I was able to become a teacher, which was a career goal in itself. Little did I know I would continue to go up the ranks in the school district. And I became very successful and I have a good life, all because I got a good quality public education. So the reason I'm running for school board, I want to refocus this school district away from the profits of public education for the private sector back to where it should be, on the people of Hillsborough County Schools. 24,000 employees and 210,000 plus children. That's what's important. The second thing I want to do is refocus the district on instruction and student performance. In the past 5 years, this district has gone through incredible, difficult times. Schools without air conditioning, horrendous problems in the district. Part of that was because of faulty leadership on the school board and with the superintendent. Those people have either resigned or they're already gone. We have a great opportunity to move forward in Hillsborough County Schools, but we must make sure we have a steady, reasonable amount of funding from Tallahassee, which we're not getting. And the funds we do get, we need to make sure every decision is made in the best interest of students and parents and school communities like Lowry. And also, we got to make sure that we're addressing the needs of the people of Hillsborough County, and for us specifically in District 1. That's why I'm running for school board.
I'll be honest with you. I have been thinking about this for years. For 30 years, I've worked with kids. I was really lucky to find what I wanted to do at a young age. I went to USF, had my master's degree from there, and I started working with kids for, right away. I taught overseas, and then I taught here in Hillsborough County for 10 years. And then I've had two education businesses. So my whole life has been about helping kids and working with kids. And so having 2 high school students and seeing the current challenges that we're facing in the district, I really felt like it was a time to have somebody who really can advocate for the students, who doesn't just have an education background, but also has a business background. Someone who's not really looking at, I'm not looking to be move up in the political field. I want to serve and help kids. I want to serve the community. I want to work with the community. I want to make a difference. I see all the challenges that we're facing right now with e-learning. I mean, having a son and a daughter myself, and one of them who struggles with some issues, I can really see what kids need nowadays. And I think I'm different than the other two, because the incumbent, he doesn't have any educational background, no experience in education. And then the other one, as well-intentioned as he may have, his is more in a supervisory position. And from years ago, I have current experience. I work with kids every day now. I mean, I tutored someone yesterday. I'm very familiar with Hillsborough County school students. I'm very familiar with District 1. So I thought it was time to have somebody like me as a voice in the school board. So that's why I'm running for school board.